Join us every week for coaching and Q&A. You'll learn how to get more listings signed and sold following the simple and fun easy listing method. Plus, find hidden gem tips and get motivated as you surround yourself with like-minded peers in this weekly mastermind. Let's jump in.
All right, everybody, welcome to Monday training on here. Thursday, we had started a problem-solving expedition with each other. We did not get through it. We're going to go ahead and review. I'm going to go in order this time because we have enough time to get done. And Sal and Frank, be ready to answer questions because the other people did answer them. And if you can just keep them brief on there and we go. So an update on where the company is. We are spending plenty of money on ads right now. We are in the process of negotiating with several sellers in many states. So I would say for all of you that have signed your referral agreements, I'd be ready to go. And today is a byproduct of making sure that you're ready to go. The reason why we had given an agent a sheet after the negotiating was done and sent it out to her and told her specifically what we needed to do. And at that point, it was just go ahead and get the regular listing. So the home I'm referring to right now is a home in Calabasas, California. The home was done to the nines. It had every thing imaginable done to it. It didn't need any work from us. It didn't need anything. So the core value of the company is we don't screw sellers, right? We want to do what's best for them. So in this case, we had sent her out a sheet telling her that just go and make it an easy traditional listing. So all of the people that were on the training on Thursday should know exactly what that means. And for Sal and Frank, we're going to find out if they know what that means through the questions. Okay. And then the other problem is that we've had two agents in the Los Angeles area that the sellers got greedy on them. So I want to know how you guys would handle this. So the first question is, Sal, here's the first question for you. Seller says he wants a certain price. And for this case, let's say he wants $750,000. Okay. We put it on the site. It goes up to $770,000. And then after the seller seeing multiple offers, they want more money. What would you do? Sal? Do we lose Sal?
He is muted, and maybe I take a call.
Frank, do you want to answer that?
Sure. Well, I would just say, hey, the market has spoken. You're only going to get what you're going to get.
I think that's a very legitimate comeback. As a group, what we are going to do, we all kind of made this decision last week that we are going to add that minimum price onto the addendum and make them initial it. How does that sound to you?
You mean
Good idea.
Is this the price that they said they would be willing to take?
Yep.
Yeah. Got it in writing, signed by them.
Now,
All right.
I don't know if putting it on the addendum itself is going to be a really good idea because that's going to be public knowledge then, unless there is a second addendum that, that can be private between the seller agent.
No, I think we're trying to come out with something that would have a third page to it or something and not publish that.
Okay. Yeah, because
No, it'll absolutely be hitting so the public sees it for sure.
okay. All right.
Well, Frank, do you know the difference between an easy traditional list and an easy investor list?
Yes.
Okay.
10% buyer premium on the investor.
Yep. And I don't know if you've heard anything, but do you know what the four ways that we sell sellers as investors of things that they can do so that we can sell their home? Do you know the
Yes.
4 ways or just 3?
I think I know 4. The cash offer, the novation, right? And then, yeah, then just the regular. But
You got the 10% investor premium,
yeah,
and then you've got just taking it and what we call a traditional listing, like that one in Los Angeles. She was just supposed to go out and list it traditionally, and she went out there, met the seller, and sent us back a bunch of pictures. Let me know what the novation price is or the cash offer is. And so she misunderstood it. And so she went back out last Saturday, and I did not get any confirmation to meet with the lady again just to try to do a listing. But at that point, you'd probably want to use a 7% buyer's premium, right?
traditional.
Yep.
Yeah,
1% to the platform, 3.5 to you, and 2.5 to the buyer's agent. And why the 3.5 to you? Because remember, we got the referral fee that you guys are paying.
yeah.
Okay, very
Now,
good.
in the case of the Calabasas property that you're talking about, based on the seller's circumstance, I mean, you're saying this is just a regular listing, but you could have a cash offer situation if they just wanted to get out for some reason.
Yeah, we did, but there's no. She would be taking a loss on the home of what she paid for it. She's only lived in the home for 5 years.
Okay.
So
Well,
yeah,
I'm just saying,
we do put together cash offers for everybody. But then again, if we feel like they don't need a cash offer, we're going to steer them into something else so that they make the most amount of money. So in this case, this flip that we're doing in Washington,
right,
we had that all set up, and she had agreed on to a novation price of $1 million. And her attorney didn't like the contract. So we bought the home for $850,000. She took that versus the $1 million novation.
right. Remember that.
Okay. So that happens all the time. All right, so this could be for any pricing the home correctly factors what? Mike Nicolai, you want to take that one? What factors are we looking for when we price a home?
I'm paying attention. I was looking at my dog. Can you repeat that?
What factors are we using to price a home correctly for the site?
We're using the property condition. We are using, the comps in the area. And, what is it that the seller needs to do immediately?
Okay, how do we get 100 people in the open house?
We price it so that we can actually get excitement and create that the desire to be in there. Because if it's priced below what the perceived value is, it's going to create a lot of attention and a lot of whiplash from the agents that are looking at it, because they know what the comps are. And if it's below those comps, they want to see it and see why people are selling it for less.
Okay. Erica, you want to take that question?
I know that I had this question before, and I know that it is, we want to price a house so that we do create a lot of excitement, so that we will have at least 100 people to show up at the event. Yes, we do want to have the price mark done accordingly, so that it's based on what the market value will be, or what the individuals, well, we have to price it below a certain amount, which is usually 10% below the market value, so that we can get the most excitement on the property, and so that the people will come, and we'll have, I don't want to say a bidding war, but and not an auction either, but to create the most interest in the property. Let's see, what else can I say?
Well, that's good. That's
Okay.
good. So what I'm looking for inside of there is that in the seller's market, we got to utilize a trend report because homes are still depreciating every month. And I know in Seattle, it looks to me doing InfoSparks in King County, it looks like we might be moving into really close, moving into a neutral market. Brett, do you think we're moving into a neutral market, or are we still in a strong sellers or buyers?
No, for the first time, we increased by 0.7% year over year. And actually, for the first time in a decade, there's some declining numbers. So yeah, we're flat at best, arcing towards the downside.
Do you think we're still in a buyer's market then? With that being said,
Well, let's put it this way. I own properties. I'm getting one ready right now to sell in March, my own house as fast as I can. I've
answer.
seen it before. We'll have a little surge. If rates come down, we'll have a surge in the spring, and it's going to roll over.
All right. So we got to be prepared. So all these things factor into when you get a listing appointment, what are you going to go out there and do with it, right? Okay, another factor, buyer bucket pools. Who can explain what a buyer bucket pool is? Go ahead, Mike.
The available buyers to buy a house. For example, if you are in a gated community for an age-restricted community, there's less buyers for that than somebody that would be in the center of a suburb that there's, you know, a bunch of schools and hospitals and families, working folks. You know, there's a lot more people looking for that type of home than there are, you know, in those gated communities.
Okay.
Another thing could be, you know, somebody that's, you know, a house that's out, you know, 45 miles from the center of town on 5 acres. That's something that, you know, there's going to be less buyers for. Maybe it's a huge fixer upper, you know, there's going to be less buyers for that. And then something that's walk-in ready. There's many examples.
So that's right. And so we've got to know that, right? I mean, in some areas in Seattle, condos, attached townhomes, row homes are very acceptable. So we take that buyer bucket pool and we got to know the marketplace that it's in. You know, more rural areas, they don't want row homes. They want property, they want other stuff. You know, in downtown Seattle, they, you know, if they get row homes that are attached, they're okay with it. Some have garages, some don't. So we got to know who does that affect and how does that affect the price, right? And again, we have to know what is market value right now. Plus, we still run a trend report for 6 months. Mr. Seller, if we don't price it down here, we're going to be chasing the price down. And Mr. Seller, you don't want to do that, do you? Is it better to chase the price up? And if it says, well, I want to list it that low, what's your comeback? Mr. Seller, you have the right to accept, negotiate, or refuse any offer made. My job is to get the most amount of people in the house. This company, and I've been doing it, you know, for 10 years. And the best success is when we get a lot of people in the open house. And even in this market, we're still selling homes in half the amount of time of the average listing days on market. And you're not paying the commission, right? So I save you time. I save you money. I only inconvenience you one time with an open house, right? And by allowing the public to see the prices of the home, the buyers decide what the value of the home is, not a piece of paper. Okay. Very good. So let me ask you this. You guys go out to a home and let's pretend that it's a distressed property. Let's pretend that you see more value in what you do. Can you charge a 10% buyer's premium on your own? Frank, how about you?
Sure.
And how do you justify that?
Well, I could just say it's my standard.
And they can tell you get out of Dodge too.
Well, if I'm not,
What makes you worth 10% when everybody else is saying 5 to 6%?
I like to just stand at that's my standard. If I don't believe in myself, how am I going to, support you if I won't stand up for what I believe I'm worth?
And those were those things Frank's got. How many books have you written, Frank? Like 100?
No,
3?
a couple, 2, 3.
Yeah. So Frank's an author. Frank is
Also, I'm a
saying
lawyer.
that you're a lawyer?
Yeah, I have my JD.
Really?
Yeah,
Ooh.
and I got 40 years experience in this business.
I'm gonna let Frank do next Monday's training. I'm gonna ask a bunch of questions.
That's why Frank can charge 10%.
Right there. You know, you need to be Frank also, an auctioneer. And the heck with the 10%, get 30%. So, but
I'm not greedy.
No, it's all about your worth and your value, right? You bring a lot to the table. They're getting your expertise.
It's all about setting a standard for yourself and not wavering.
Well, let me tell you where EZ comes in and helps everybody down there. I'm one of 750 agents nationwide. I paid a small fortune to get trained on this site. Did compliance training. I'm a master agent at it. I had to go through master training. Not only that, I'm on training twice a week. And the best part of this thing is, Mr. Seller, guess what? You're not paying the commissions, but I have a cost that I need to cover my cost. I'm going to help you stage a home. I'm going to get it done professionally, and then you go back into your real estate stuff, right? Does that make sense? All these little things with EZ that we've done as a community together. And again, I'll come back and say since Mike and Mike, the two Arizona twins, have utilized the community to help close some deals. We're not just a one-man pony show. If I run in resistance on anything, I've got 50 to 100 realtors that I can go into every Monday and Thursday and help solve a problem. And I can't tell you how many times that's been effective since we worked on it with Mike Nicolai's seller. It's important that this isn't a new thing. This is a proven process. And I'm the only one in my area that has it. So if you want to go pay out your, Frank in his case, $60,000 commissions, have at it. But with me, I'm going to make you more money and you don't have to pay that commission on top. Make sense? All right. Very good. This is another one I'd like to go back and rehash out. No, not getting offers on the site. Everybody's wanting to write them up to you separately and send them to you separately without going onto the site. How do you rebut that? Should I answer that?
I would say, please follow the seller's instructions and my instructions listed on the listing, period.
Exactly. My seller only wants it to come across. He's looking at that. It's going to make his life simpler and easier to see your offer in a public forum. And don't forget, Mr. Agent, that seller can choose your offer the minute you make it. And I'm going to tell you guys a story. Michelle should remember this one. It was a lady from our church. And she had chosen an offer, and then we had a snake write an offer afterwards that was a little bit more money for the property. So I submitted it to her and gave it to her. And her point was, they didn't want to play fairly. I don't want to deal with the buyer like that. Tell them no. In fact, this guy, I think, even called her. Brett, didn't they have to write us a letter of apology
Mm-hmm.
behind our
Yeah,
back?
we turned to the MLS and they were gonna fine him, but he used to write a letter.
It's important that your sellers understand the transparency, but they also understand the integrity of what you're doing. It represents them better to have them make offers transparently, doesn't it? Than these people trying to snake it around. And we have a lot of agents, you guys, that can't explain to agents, buyers agents, to do that. I don't have that problem. I don't think Brett has that problem. How can we be the only two in the company that don't have that problem?
I mean, it's the
Because
same as, it's the same as when there were short sales and other things. If it's listed in the MLS, that's the way the seller wants to receive offers, period. And if they do give you a hard time, that's when you turn around, call the MLS and say they're not following MLS rules. It's not hard.
Yeah. So them calling about us, maybe we flip the script and start calling about them. What do you think of that, Mr. Attorney? Frank. Okay. Everybody get that? Question number 8. How does our site, is there anybody that's going to be doing short sales? If they get a chance to do a short sale, are you going to turn it down and say, I'm not doing it? You won't do it, Michael?
I'll do it. I've done many.
Yeah. What benefit can the site do for your bank servicing, your seller, and a buyer? So Frank, why don't you go ahead and take that?
Well, from the bank's point of view, more competition driving up the price, less of a loss they're going to incur. The same thing for the seller, less of a loss that they're going to incur. And the transparency to any buyers out there to make a educated offer on the property. See if it makes sense. Is be it an investor, end user, what have you.
So Frank, thinking about moving forward with that, if you were to get a listing and you know it's a short sale, and you've talked to the loan servicing department, just to let them know that you've got the home listed, yada, yada, yada. What things would you do with that servicing manager by having it on the site?
What do you mean by that exactly? Where are you driving?
I'll just go ahead and answer it. So when I get a home, you guys, that with the short sale, I will actively ask the manager to watch the last 20 minutes of it. And by doing that, and believe it or not, they will, because when you explain the process to them, right,
Right.
they'll be able to see transparently what the market and what the buyers are yielding. And you don't have to go do anywhere as near as much negotiating, because never forget the words that my seller that had the pool. The market has spoken. And when you utilize the words and utilize everything with the market has spoken, they're more apt to listen to you. And then what is the best part of that? If you guys foreclose on the homes, who is the servicing department that's going to take care of the foreclosures? And believe it or not, they'll not only pass your name on to them, but they will refer you to them. Might it make it easier for you to get in and get your own foreclosure listings instead of waiting for us to give them to you at a 25% referral fee? Because they're coming. I don't know what time next year, but they're coming. So it's a smart thing. We're going to be doing some short sale training in the next month and a half, getting ready for it.
Very, very
Okay.
cool.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Next question, number 9. The page just crashed. Hang on a second. Such Christmas. All right. All right. Well, we'll just end it there. So does everyone want to see our sheets that we send to you when we ask you to, yeah, and don't forget on Thursday, that is going to be the hard money lender. And Adam's also going to tell you about some other opportunities that we are executing right now. I think it's going to be important for you. It's a great way for you guys to monetize yourself and pick up some more business. But we've got agents now submitting stuff to us that are making some money that we're hopping on and doing down there. So that'll be on Thursday, so don't miss that. I am going to go ahead and share the screen.
Are you not going to be on the call Thursday, Robert? Because you're.
I will not be. I'm driving to Seattle. I might be on it on the phone.
Gotcha.
So I actually want to be on it because I'd like to hear it. So you guys congratulate Mike Nicolai. He's coming to work for the company. And Mike Nicolai is going to be another guy that is doing this lead intake form. So we get a lead and we get, let's see here.
Congratulations, Mike.
Yes, good job. That's awesome.
Thank you very much, guys. I really look forward to it and doing a good job for all of us.
So when a lead comes in, we have 3 different forms to get filled out. And this is the last one. And I don't know why I don't have really anything to do with this lead at all here, but you can see here, we get a phone number with it. We get their email address. And then there's a secondary form that has why they're selling and what they're looking for. But, we've got them from Tennessee and we get probably 5, 6 of these a day. Here's one in Colorado, Florida. We're getting, for some reason right now, Milton, Florida. Bonnie will be happy about that. Bradenton, San Jacinto, California, Bly, Oregon. That's our first Oregon lead we've ever gotten. Louisiana, Los Angeles, and Huntington Beach. So that's what we got over the weekend. So that form comes in, and then Mike is going to turn around and call them. And then what he does is he has them fill out this form, seller intake form. So you see here, we got their first name, last name, yada, 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 property owner, legal owner, rent back situation, will the tenant move out, reason for selling. And then we start going through the condition of the property and ask the seller if they can take pictures only. If they can't take pictures only, how much do I pay you guys to go out and do it?
$200.
200 smackaroos, right? Number of bedrooms, it was the last date, the kitchen was remodeled. The kitchen countertops, tile, blacksmith. Anyways, so what is fair price you'd be happy with and as this offer? So we're getting you that up, the title information. So this form is taking the guys who get it filled out anywhere from 30 minutes to 45 minutes to get filled out. And while they're doing that, they're building a rapport with the sellers. Okay. So they kind of become their counselor, so to speak. Once they do that and they send it into Adam, Adam starts working on a sheet that looks like this. All right. So he'll go through it and he'll ask more questions. So when Michael, our intake guy, submits the property to Adam, simultaneously we're running a title report, we are running a tax report, we're running a realist report, and we're getting a CMA from one of you real estate agents. Okay? So then all that stuff, while it's being sent over to Adam, we're collecting all that stuff and we're trying to get that stuff in a day. Then Adam goes through and starts working out a work condition. And he'll obviously talk to the seller more. We're trying to get the seller to take us pictures. If not, we may need to send you out the house to get better pictures and get a more of evaluation in which you get paid for. And then when you send that in, Adam will go through and he'll figure out a cash offer, a novation offer, the work to be performed and conditions. And then we also have the easy listing price. The easy listing price right now means the 10% investor special. Okay, and then what we don't have is the third one, and that is the traditional easy listing price. And then he'll send over the conditions to you guys. Then whatever the seller has chosen, and he'll get all this stuff will be filled out for you. And then he will send it over to you with the information. Information such as the home has a tenant in it and they'll only leave one Saturday. Or you can't take pictures until December 2nd. And we won't be able to list a home until December 15th because we have family coming in or yada, yada, yada. Or vice versa, home is ready to list, set up an appointment to see a seller. They are in a foreclosure situation, so we need to get it on the market as fast as we can. And whether the servicing agent's been contacted or they're in the point of contacting them. Then once he gets all this stuff filled out, he turns around and he sends his form back out to you, and he'll tell you which one the seller has chosen. Is there any questions on the three things right now that you will be going out and dealing with the seller with? Does it all make sense? It's easy enough to understand?
Yeah, quick question on the cash offer, because you know the first question the seller's going to say, how fast can he execute those? Or has he been executing those?
We tell them 10 to 30 days.
Okay.
Okay. So you get that form. And this lady that was in the Calabasas area, she didn't need any of those things. She just wanted to list a home. But you know why she wanted to list a home? Because our intake person had told her about listing the home and not paying a commission. So we will be sending out these sheets with the exact instructions. And if we call it an easy traditional listing, that means you are going out. They still don't know anything about the site. All they know is that they can list the home and not pay the commission. But in that case, you have to go out and you have to do a full listing presentation. And again, you can choose 6, you can choose 7, you can choose 5, whatever you want to do. That becomes just your personal listing. Just remember is that we are charging you 25% referral fee, right? Any questions on that?
Nope.
So, I mean, we're giving you all the information. And for some reason, the very first one we sent out to do it, the easy traditional listing, with that form, with it explained, they missed it. They thought they were going out and getting paid $200 and not doing a listing presentation, which wasted their time and the seller's time, right? So we got to make sure that we're spot on and look at those forms. And by all means, you can call Adam, you can call me. I should know the answer, but that's not my department anymore. But it's getting fun. So, and the better that we get. So these are part of the learning curves that we are trying to impart to you as we give you guys the leads. You've got to be on your game too. All right. So that's all I have for today's meeting. I will not be on the call on Thursday. Well, I might be on my phone, but I'm not doing it. Again, I would highly suggest you call your investor partners. If you're interested in being an investor, even if you just want to be a real estate agent, this is a guy this is our hard money transactional funding. This guy does everything for less of a cost than anybody else. And they're fast. Then Adam's also going to tie in what's happening with what the agents are doing to make more money themselves already on our platform by submitting properties. Okay. Does anybody have any questions or any statements they want to say?
Yeah, got one. How do we get all this information that you just covered in which video?
Somebody
This
else want to
one
answer that for Shondell?
Kat usually has these posted within about 24 hours so you can see what we talked about today.
Oh,
And you
oh
can
yeah,
also
I
go
already
on
know
to the
that.
listing hub or list hub, just go on to the student hub, and all of the past trainings are on there. And she does a really
Yeah.
good job of putting titles on them that you can know what is going on inside.
I already know about that. I'm just saying which videos, so I don't have to sit there and watch every single one of them.
He just gave you the answer, Shondell, and you got to turn something off because you're echoing. So you got 2 feeds coming in.
Just
In
search
fact,
for
here,
keywords.
Okay, thanks, Michelle.
You're welcome.
Good job, Michael. Way to answer that. Zipporah, hi. How are you?
Hi, you guys. I got lost in time, and I hope they're still there. They might be still there. Thank you, Michelle, for letting me in.
Of course.
Michelle had to let you in. So anyways, well, do you have any questions?
Yes, I have some questions, but you probably covered it, so I'm gonna wait for the video, not to hold anybody up with their time. I passed the test, a little test and stuff, so I'm about to get started.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I'm
Welcome
excited.
aboard.
I'm
Just remember,
Back.
you're one of 750 agents of 2 million agents that are members of this site. Use
great.
that in everything that you do when you go out and get a listing.
Okay,
All right.
that's great news. That is awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, look at you. Hey, I'm special now.
Yes.
I was already special, but now I'm a specialer.
Yeah, I'm top special now. I got so many people I can pull on now. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's
All right, welcome
team
aboard.
effort. Team effort. That's what I'm a part of.
Yeah. So, all right, you guys. That being said, we'll see you on Thursday. Have a productive week. God bless all of
Okay.
you.
God bless you
And
guys.
see y'all soon.
Only 125 days till spring selling season. Get on it. Keep your house ready.
Christmas movies are playing right now, though, for any of you that care. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.